again, our subject for tonight is about homiletics, the art of preparing sermon and preaching. I'm your professor, Brother Roderick de Vera. And in analyzing the main points, ito yung main points natin. God's Word is inspired. At nakalagay doon how the God's Word became inspired. So you would have to explain that as a subdivision. God's Word is profitable. And then, nagkaroon tayo ng isang question, for what? So, for what? So, there are three functions why God's Word is profitable. First is for reproof, another is for correction, and third is for instruction, and for the man of God. So, what's the reason why God's Word is for the man of God? Parang sinasabi niya is, ito yung reason. To make him complete and be equipped. Okay? So, kung isi-systematize natin yung salitang inspired, profitable, at saka man of God, masyado siyang plain. So, ginawa nating systematize or systematic. Ang ginawa natin is the first reason why should have to trust God is because God's Word is inspirable. Second reason is from the word profitable. Yes, profitable pa rin. And the third reason is instead na for the man of God, we come up to this word, God's Word is dependable. Okay? So, ang tawag dyan is may assonance. They sounds alike. Inspirable, profitable, dependable. Kaya sa systematize o pagsisystematize ng main points, meron tinatawag na alliteration. That is the occurrence of the same sound at the beginning. Sa beginning yon, pare-pareha sila possibly ng mga letters or adjacent or closely connected words. Yung assonance naman, repetition of vowel sound that create internal rhyming. So may rhyming sila among nearby words or phrases. Yung salitang acrostic naman, is a composition with certain letters in each line to form word or words. At ito nga yung naging example natin. Pag sinabi mong alliteration, so letter G lahat, it start with all letter G. Even the theme is started with letter G. Greatest story ever told, John 3:16. God's grace, God's gift, God's gospel, and God's glory. So that is called alliteration. And I also have a Facebook group na ginawa how to make an alliterated sermon outline. So this is your process how to do it. Okay. So what is alliteration? The occurrence of the same sound or letter at the beginning of adjacent or closely related or connected words. So secondly, meron tayong systematized main points na tinatawag na may assonance. And assonance is a repetition of vowel that creates internal rhyming. So may rhyming sila among nearby word or phrases. Yung salitang lovable, sacrificable, agreeable, and imperishable, they have an assonance. Okay? So, yan yung tinatawag na may assonance. Kahit hindi siya nag-start sa iisang letra lang, o iba-iba, L, S, A, I, pero meron naman silang assonance na tinatawag or may rhyming sila. And last but not the least, yung salitang acrostic. That is a composition in which certain letters in each line form a word or words. So, ito naman, yung line na words na buo is gospel. So, God, yung only Son, perish, everlasting, and life. So, for God, so loved the world that He gave His only begotten. Only, yan, begotten Son, will never perish, but have everlasting life. So, gospel. So, the heart of the gospel ang pinaka-theme niya, and obviously, ang ating text is about John 3:16. So, these are the different kind of systematizing our main points. And, ayan, nagkaroon tayo ng live na paggawa ng main points at nagawa natin to last time, which is ito yung hindi na-i-record na lesson natin. That's why inuulit natin ngayon, parang recapitulation lang. Our text is from Romans chapter 12, 9-10. Mayroong nag-request dati sa live stream At ito yung ginawa natin noon. At naging brotherly love ang ating pinaka-subject and loving pure heart. Yan. So, Romans 12:9-10. So, how to love purely. So, maglagay ka na lang ng proposition, maglagay ka ng interrogative statement, and transitional statement. So, wala nakalagay dito. Nag-focus lang tayo about how to compose our main point. So, love genuinely. Nakalagay kasi doon sa word ay with no hypocrisy. Ito yung nasa Bible, with no hypocrisy. Kaya, ang ginawa natin dito is anti-parallelism or antithetical. Instead na negative ang ilagay natin dyan na hypocrisy, ang ginawa natin ay yung kabaliktaran niya, yung genuinely. Okay? So, letter G siya. Ang type natin dito ay alliterated type. And then, naglagay tayo dyan ng Greek meaning ng hypocrisy, anupokritos. Okay? So, without hypocrisy. And, ano ba ang salitang genuine? Pag sinabi mong genuine, syempre, without hypocrisy. And, love godly, with no evil, yung word by word na mababasa sa Bible. So, instead na negative ang ilalagay natin dito sa main points, pinalitan natin ng positive. Love godly. So, love genuinely, love godly, and love with gracious. Or love graciously. Mas maganda yung salitang love graciously. Mag-live edit na naman tayo. Parang hindi maayos yung natin. Love graciously. Yan. Okay. So, ganyan lang naman maggawa ng sermon outline. Balik-balikan mo and then hanggang sa kuminis siya. So, nagkakaroon tayo ng furnishing. Ang finishing natin ay furnishing of words. So, graciously, why? Because nakalagay doon yung salitang goodness or cleave to that which is good. Okay? At yung salitang cleave, ayun nga, that means to glue or to keep company. Pakaibigin mabuti. So, to cleave or empathy. So, this is an alliterated type ng Romans chapter 12, verse 9-10. And meron naman tayo ngayon, assonance type. Ano ulit yung assonance? They form a rhyming words. Tulad kanina. Okay? Parang naging rhyming na ito eh. Genuinely, godly, graciously. So, alliterated na assonance pa. Di ba? Galing. And ito naman, from genuinely, naging salitang sincerely, godly, divinely. Yung gracious ay decency, love with empathy. Kasi yung salitang kindness ay ginawa nating empathy. And courtesy, dahil may nakalagay na salitang respect doon sa Romans chapter 12, verse 9-10. So, yung respect na yon, so, synonymous siya sa salitang courtesy. So, ayan. Nagkaroon tayo nadagdagan ng dalawang main points. Every word could be a main point actually. And last but not the least, yung acrostic, it will form a word. So, yung mga main points natin, it will form a word. Ang naging parang team natin is 4 love tips for loving your brother or sister genuinely. O, kung gusto nating maiba yung brother and sister, brethren na salita. Pag sinabing brethren, babae o lalaki. So, love must be, number 1, sincere. Verse 9. Diba? Genuine or sincere. So, yun. Love, L. Omit what is evil. So, naging siya, negative. Kasi ang mas pinlist natin o binigyan ng pansin ay yung forming ng words, hindi yung pinaka-sense ng tawag dito, ng construction ng main points. Okay, so omit what is evil, and letter V, value one another, and E, esteem others above yourself. So, yun yung mga verses niya. And this is from Romans chapter 12, verse 9-10. So, that's how we compose. Depende sa kung ano ang type na gusto nyo na gawing sermon outline. Kung ito ba ang main points ba nito ay alliterated or assonance or alliterated na, may assonance pa, or ito ay in an acrostic type. And then after making your main points, so you have to make an application and then introduction. So what is in an introduction? Yan, alam na po natin yan. Nabanggit na ito, review lang naman ito eh. So ito yung example ng introduction niya, and then you have to make a conclusion. And sa expository sermon outline, magbibigay tayo ng special time how to make a very good conclusion at contemporization. So sa mga susunod na po yon. How to end your sermon well. 8 ways how to end your sermon well. I have tackled already about this. So review na lang natin yung ating past lesson. So ngayon, ito na yung method in constructing expository sermon natin. Is all about context na.